Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're regular here, you know by now I review many photographic, audio and video related products. And if you're new here, well, that's exactly what I do. Well, today we're looking at some photographic software that I've got installed on my Mac Mini M1, Mac M1 Mini, whatever you want to call it. And it's great bits of software, both made by the same company. And a reason why I'm recommending it, I'm not actually sponsored by them by any shape or form. They haven't paid me to make this, and I've actually purchased the software. But there is actually a viewer offer, which I'll explain in, a little bit later on in this video. Now, I'm actually recording this video using my FieldWorld Live Pro 1 mixer, and it's a live streaming mixer, but it's also a 4-channel HDMI HD vision mixer. So I'm using that today because I can, I guess. And what I've got today, just so I get a lot of people ask me, what kit do I use? So the mixer I'm using is this FieldWorld one. I've got 4 channels. You can see the 4 channels there that are going into it. And then I've got camera 1, which is my Sony A7R Mark III with the FE35mm lens fitted to that because it's quite close to me. So I fitted the f1.8 35mm lens. Channel 2, which is my Sony A7C over here with the Tamron 28-70 lens on. That's a lovely camera and a lovely lens. I use that a great deal. Camera 3 is my ZV-1, which is picking up for close-up shot, and then I've got my computer going into channel 4. So here we go. So what we're going to talk about today is this software, Luminar AI and Luminar 4. So Luminar AI and Luminar 4. Now they're both similar pieces of software. Let's go into that. Now I've actually gone into Luminar AI, no specific reason. They're both really good. So you can catalog your images, you can create folders. What I do when I get let's go back to that. When I get my SD card out of the camera, I put it on the computer and I create a folder on one of the hard drives. So I've actually got a hard drive that I've labeled up. Let me just show you that. Go back to 4. So what I do, let's hide that a second. It's not doing it. Now it will. Come on, there we go. So I've created a hard drive just with my images on. So what I do, create a folder, and then I put, as you can see here, loads of folders with loads and loads of different cameras and lenses I've tried over the last 5-6 years. So I create a folder, put all the images into that. I mean, there's loads of different ways of working, but that's how I work. And then with Luminar AI, I just then import that folder. Very easy to do, very quick. You just import the folder, go to Photo Masters. There we go, go to that. Let's grab anything. Let's grab that. We don't care what we grab. Add folder. I've probably picked a big folder there. So we load the folder up. That load usually really quick, but it's still loading pretty damn quick, even though it's a really big folder with a lot of images in. And then lo and behold, there's all your images. So you've got a grid view, as you can see there, and that is awesome. And then there's keyboard shortcuts, but I generally just double click. Let's just grab that, just double click the image and that'll load up, and you've got your film strip along the bottom. You've got all these wonderful, very much a Lightroom sort of feel to it. F for full screen, and G for grid view, so it works very much like Lightroom does. So it's a great Lightroom alternative. There's no subscription fee. So once you've purchased it, you own it. So that is great. What I suggest to people is download the trial version from my link. There'll be a link in the description below to where you can download the trial version. And if you do decide you really want to buy it, then use the code AVP when you check out, AVP. You will get another 10 quid off that. So it becomes a really cost effective and a very powerful bit of software. So let's get back to what this software can do. Now, we can obviously do all your normal editing. So it's simple, go into edit mode. So if you want to lighten it up, go into light, and you've got tint, temperature, exposure, all the highlights, all the usual things you would expect to find in in an editing piece of software. But what I love as well, if you want to, let's say, that's not a great example actually, if you want to find an image with a lot of sky, we'll use that one. So it has got quite a nice sky, but say you wanted to change that sky, click on sky, and it's got all this artificial intelligence to completely change the look of the image. They've now added reflections as well. There's so much that you can do. Very, very powerful, very, very nice bit of software. So we wanted, an image like that. Click on that, and then within a matter of seconds, that image will change. So there we go. So we've now got quite a nice. It's quite an atmospheric image, and that's quite nicely lit for that particular type of image. So let's just show you what that was. That's before, that's after. Again, the keyboard shortcut to be able to get to that. It's great, and that's Luminar AI. Now they have another piece of software called Luminar 4. I've got both because they're both very similar, but they do slightly different things. Luminar 4 is great for cataloguing your images because Lightroom is brilliant for cataloguing. Luminar AI does it, and it does it fine, but Luminar 4 is a lot more precise, and you can rate your images, up to 5, 1 to 5. You can do so much more as far as cataloguing your images with Luminar 4 than you can with Luminar AI. So let's go back to that. And there's some old images, blimey. So let's go back, let's say go into ZV1. As you can see, it loads really well. I'm in grid view there. The keyboard shortcuts are exactly the same. So, you can get into an image. So let's say, for example, that image of little Sammy. We want to do that. I can rate that, just push button 5, and that'll rate that as, a 5. And then it's ever so easy to get to your rated images. So you can so I've got now all photos there. So if we go to rated 5 stars, obviously it's only going to come up with that one image because it's just that one image that I rated. So Luminar 4 is great if you want to do cataloguing and you want to do it that way. And Luminar AI, you can catalogue your images and you can create favourites. You can't do 1 to 5 and rate them that way. There's only one method, which is either your favourites or not your favourites. But still, still flexible. Not as flexible though. So there we go. And also, again, with Luminar 4, download the trial version, link in the description below, and you'll get 10 quid off if you use the code AVP when you check out. I would strongly recommend that. I strongly recommend download the trial version anyway, and it might save you having to subscribe to Adobe for Lightroom. I still use Lightroom. I'm not trying to say I've gone away from Lightroom, but there's only one feature that Lightroom has that Luminar doesn't have, and that is simply being able to upload a batch of images to Flickr. If Luminar could do that, then I would have no need for Lightroom, because this has got all the editing features that you're ever going to need. It really has got all the editing features that you're ever going to need in a photo editing bit of software. And because of the artificial intelligence, it is really, really good. And the other thing, it's completely configurable. It's completely set up for the Mac M1 chip. So it's not going to be slow. It's really fast. It's not using Rosetta to run the program. It's native. So it will run natively on the M1 chip. So there we go. That's just my quick opinion then on what I think of Luminar 4 and Luminar AI. As I said, I have purchased the software and I use it on a constant basis, and that's why I'm recommending it. I certainly would never recommend anything that I've never used. So there we go. Hope you found that useful. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so, and hit the like button if you like the content of my videos. I really appreciate that. I'm getting some really good feedback and some really good comments, and I am really enjoying using this Filweld Live Pro 1 mixer. It's saving me a lot with post editing because there is no post editing to do, so I'll do a little bit, but great little mixer. Again, there will be an Amazon link in the description below where you can purchase the Filweld Live Pro 1 and also some of my other kits, some of the cameras that I got, the microphones and what have you. As I say, I don't know if I said earlier, I'm recording the audio on the Lark 150, Hollyland Lark 150. Great little microphone. Well, there's two of them in the kit. So there we go. Hope you found that useful. Let's go back to channel 1. There we go. Hey. So if you do like the channel, as I said earlier, please subscribe, hit the like button and tell all your friends. Thanks very much, and stay tuned for more videos relating to video and photography. Cheers for now. Bye.